So if you are like me and just like to watch these things, then you may have seen these sort of videos where it's just like weird scenarios where countries just do wacky things. I'll play this one by French 91821 here. So things like this, where you have like random scenarios with text-to-speech voices. Things like that, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Most of them use this app called World Provinces, but it's only for Android, and I don't have an Android. So So today we're going to be doing that, but more fledged out, and not just text to speech, but in reality, an actual voice. Wow. Anyway, so here's our map. I'm going to just go to World. Going to go to Details because Details allows like more borders. So no, I do not. I do not want the autosave. So this is the map. Some of it has more places than other, and some places have bigger states than other, like Quebec. But then there are some small ones like Birabad or whatever that is in Uganda. Can't read it because my mouse. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna be doing things like that. Now, MapChart does have some cool like what's the word? Shortcuts. Yeah, shortcuts. We have some shortcuts. So like color all subdivisions of a country. So like I'll color that just colors all of the UAE in red. So then you can color multiple countries. So I'll do like AE, US. Now the UAE and the US are all colored in. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna undo that. And then you can make a map of a single country, so you can isolate a country like Azerbaijan. Now we have a map completely centered on Azerbaijan. That's just an example. Show all. And then you can also isolate multiple countries. And you can search for a subdivision and color it. So like I can also go to how about Mongolia? I've colored Mongolia in the DRC. Yeah, I've covered Mongolia in the DRC. So yeah, so I can also isolate multiple countries. So that's cool. Anyway, move. All right, so let's get started. So how this is gonna work? I like to keep my videos relatively long, so I'm going to do 3 little scenarios, but they're gonna be like stretched out, so not just in like 2 minutes. All right, so we're gonna start over here with the UAE. The UAE is 7 Emirates. Sharjah, Fujairah, where's Fujairah? Sharjah, Fujairah, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ajman, Al Qurain, Ras Al Khaimah. So that's cool. That's Musandam, Oman. So the UAE, that's the UAE because I used to live there. That's why I know all that. I'm not there anymore. I'm not telling you where I am now, though. So they are going to start making empire. So we're just gonna color this. We're gonna color these red as UAE. UAE. Then we're gonna color in blue. We're gonna color in UAE enemies. Now the UAE for starters is just going to go for Oman for now. Just because I think Oman would be the best option because it's blocking them from having maritime borders with Iran. Maybe they do, I don't know. Where's Oman? There. Okay, so color. Oman is going to be. I'm just gonna color all the blue ones in UAE enemy. Cool. So Oman. Oman is blue. We're just gonna zoom in on here. Just gonna get our color. So color red. And then just scroll back up. Alright. A centered view. Actually, you know what? I don't like having to be zoomed in. I'm just going to do I'm going to isolate multiple countries. I'm just gonna isolate most of the Middle East. So yeah, let me just do that. So yeah, let's continue. Woo! All right, we're back. I've made the map. it is a isolated map. Some countries are not here because it would make the map bigger. But yeah, we have some good. We have a relatively centered map on the Middle East. You have a bit of Central Asia over here. You got the Stans. You got the Balkans. Bit of Central Europe. Bit of North Africa. Probably could have gone Tunisia in there, but whatever. It's too late now. All right, UAE versus Oman. Let's go. Now, to start things off, the UAE's, the Emiratis start marching through Oman, and they take this land. They also claim Musandam in this little exclave up here. And at this point, I don't know how close to Muscat they are. Oh yeah, they are pretty close to Muscat. So Oman says, "Hey, how about you stop it?" And then they say, "How about no?" Takes their southern land because they're too busy protecting Muscat. And they take Ash-Sharqiya. But now Oman really starts putting up a fight. They take back Ash-Sharqiya. They take back Dhofar. What did I just do? And they take back Al-Wutsa. And they're very close to claiming back the whole country. In fact, they are able to claim back their previous lands. But they decide to let UAE keep Musandam. And Oman and the UAE says this: "Look, we're about to destroy you because we have an exact route plan to sail from Fujairah all the way to Muscat, and it's not that far of a distance. So how about you just give us some land and be our ally, and we'll stop attacking you." And Oman says, "Okay." So the UAE is going to claim all this land for themselves, and they're just going to. I'm going to make a new one. It's going to be a lighter red, and we're just going to color the rest of Oman in it. So this lighter red is going to be their ally. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make that orange. I'm going to make it an even lighter red, so it's even more identifiable. I'm going to make this a better red. All right. Now it's even easier to tell. Look at that. So this is going to be UAE allies. Allies, yes, okay. Now the next people it's going to attack is going to be the one, the only Saudi Arabia. No, I'm just kidding. They're too weak for that for now. So the UAE decides to go and attack through up here to get a little border with Saudi Arabia. The goal is to get around here, so like till here in the middle of Iraq. They're gonna start by going for Qatar. So Qatar is gonna be the enemy color. It's blue, specific shade of blue. I'm just going to make this tiny piece of Pakistan. I'm just gonna make this tiny piece of Kyrgyzstan blue, just so that it doesn't disappear. I'm just gonna put UAE enemies. Okay, so the UAE is now going to go for Qatar, and Bahrain. Who only has two provinces, Al-Janubiyya and Al-Wusta. Okay. Qatar, Bahrain. Yay. Alright, so let's start this battle. We've been waiting for way too long. We shall commence. So Oman is willing to, since they're UAE ally, they're willing to let them position troops near the border just in case somebody starts interfering. So the Emarati make a landing in Madinat Ash-Shamal. So, and they also make a landing in Al-Wusta. So Bahrain is easily captured, kind of giving UAE a bit of a buff. And they are able to capture Al-Shanhaniya. Now, where is Doha? I don't know where Doha is. But Qatar just says, you know what, screw it, you win. and Qatar easily surrenders. Congratulations. The UAE decides that they're not going to take too much, and for now this will be fine. Maybe a bit of Saudi Arabia, but after they're probably just going to set up puppet governments or something else. Anyway, who will be their next target? It's going to be Yemen, since Oman has recently told them that they can position troops. They're going to start fighting in Yemen. Through some negotiation, Saudi Arabia does give this land, this very big piece of land called Al-Sharqiya. There's Mecca and Al-Madinah, so you have to be very careful there. I do not know where Riyadh, there's Riyadh. So Riyadh is somewhere here. So the UAE will get this huge chunk of land on the condition that it will not attack Saudi Arabia. So I'm just going to color in orange. In orange, we are going to have. In orange, we're going to have non-aggression. We're going to have a non-aggression pact with orange. Orange means non-aggression pact. I would say that's a pretty good deal, to be honest. Why did I color that in? Entertaining. Oops. All right, so this is going to be UAE non-aggression, but they're probably going to break that pact. So since they're in the desert, they're used to the hot weather, so this shouldn't be too hard. But if they do start marching up around here, or here, they're going to have to experience real snow. There's Geneva. There's Rome. The Vatican has one state. San Marino also exists. Alright. Sorry, I got distracted. Alrighty. So, next stop is actually going to not be Yemen yet. Because, actually, you know what? Yes, they are going to go for Yemen. Because Yemen is currently in the middle of a civil war. And the Emiratis are going to say, this might be a good time to, take over. Because they're in ruins. So, well, let me color Yemen for some reason. Whatever, I'll do it myself. Yemen is now at war with the Emarati. Now, at this point, the Emiratis are kind of getting in a bit of trouble with the UN. So they decide to keep it easy and mellow by leaving the UN, but they're still formally recognized as a country. But about 5 countries have been lost. So remember, I'm keeping this easily buffed. So the Emiratis start marching in through this place, Hadramaut. They start marching through Hadramaut, and eventually end up in Al Jauf and Marib and Shabwa. Actually, wait a second. What is the capital of Yemen? Because I need to know the capital to know when they have to surrender. But I think it's this place because it's so small. But anyway, let's see. All right. I'll be right back in one. All right, I am back now. Turns out the capital is here, Sana'a. So Yemen is getting increasingly worried. But wait, what about this part? Has Yemen been split in two? Well, yes, but not for long, as the UAE deliberately left this place unprotected so that it could let its little ally, Mr. Oman will always join any war because it's practically a puppet, but they do have independence. And Oman does take these lands. So UAE is going to. So the Yemeni government decides, okay, we surrender. All right, fine. You win, we lose. That's Somalia. That's hidden. I should probably show like Eritrea, Ethiopia, Somalia. Eritrea, Djibouti, Somalia. Yeah, I'll show that. But for now, all this is now they decide not to take this land, and they claim it as the new Yemen, as new Emarati-Yemen Republic. And actually, Oman doesn't really gain anything. Actually, it does. Oman is going to gain this bit of land. No, they're not allies anymore. UAE decides to just get rid of allies and basically just becomes like they're just puppets at this point. So, this is going to be a pinker Yemen. So, Yemen is going to gain this. Yemen is going to be restored back. The crises shall end because it will be put down brutally. So Yemen gets to keep that. So, what's going on? Yemen. UAE. This is UAE Yemen. So that's UAE Yemen. Yemen is now in Emarati Republic. And now it's going to do something kind of bad. It's going to go to Iran. And it's not 100% confirmed, at least not by the government, but we kind of know Iran has nukes. So they decide not to do that. Instead, they're going to go to war with Sudan. Why Sudan? Because they want to get some gains in Africa. Let's say this is taking place in the 75s. So like colonialism still kind of exists, but not as much. So that is not the correct shade that I want. We're just gonna. What am I doing? All right, yeah, all of this is now Yemen, and then we're just gonna undo, then shift click. Okay, this is going to be Sudan. Just kind of says, you know what? Fine, I'll just surrender, I guess, but not to the UAE, to another country. Let's say they're going to. At this point, they're kind of having a civil war, I believe. Let me double check, actually. All right, I've double checked my sources. If this is taking place in 72, so like just around when the UAE is formed, then the civil war should be around ending now. It should be already ended. But in this alternate timeline, nope. Sudanese are still at war and they win, actually. But Sudan is going to decide, you know what? No, I'm going to win. I'm going to defeat you. So South Sudan, at this point, South Sudan is going to be part of Sudan. And you can't see the rest of South Sudan on this map, but it's there. So Sudan is still Sudan. So that's good. There's the Nile. So Egypt is there. All right, Sudan. Sudan is going to cross through here to land into Yemen. S is Sudan. Then but then they get destroyed. It's kind of repeats. They make a few landings in Hudaida, in Tahij, in here, Haja, I think that says. No, my mouse. And eventually they say, fine, you've destroyed us. We'll just become your ally. So not puppet, ally. So they do have control. So the allies are going to be in orange. No, I've already put orange as a color. Yellow. Yeah, yellow. Yellow is allies. All right, next country is going to be. So UAE is kind of dominating. They have a non-aggression pact with Syria, Saudi Arabia. Yemen and Oman are puppets. They own this land, and they're allied with Sudan. But who will they fight next? Iraq. It's Iraq. And this kind of triggers some events, which kind of leads to a few big countries kind of just deciding to destroy this guy, like Iraq and Jordan and Israel, but not Palestine. not Palestine. Actually, yes, Palestine. But Palestine and Israel are always fighting. So Palestine is going to be an Emirati ally. Lebanon is going to be, we know, we'll color the Emirati allies later. So these guys are going to be evil. They're going to be baddies. They're going to be bad boys. They're very bad boys. So they are, oh, okay. All right, so these guys now colored as bad guy. This kind of also starts a huge war. We're going to call it the Emarati War, like the big one. So this can be like we're gonna give names to all my wars now. So this is the Omani War. This is the Yemeni War. This is the Sudanese ally. This is the Sudanese alliance. And this is the Great Emarati War. I could call it like the next Gulf War, but I don't want to do that. So Iraq, Jordan, Israel. Now we got Palestine. So PS, Syria, Lebanon. They're all going to go onto the Emirati side. So they're going to be allies. It's Lebanon or LB, PL or Palestine, and SY. All right, they are now. All right. I don't know why that's not filled in. All right, now it is. Oh, I colored in Poland for some reason. I don't know why I put in Poland. But yeah, for the sake of time, let's just say Poland has a mutual alliance. More like a non-aggression pact, but no one cares. All right, more time. This is what you've all been waiting for. Kuwait decides to stay neutral because they don't want to get their butt kicked. So the UAEs make an advance. Oh, they make an advance over here into Al-Muthaniya in Iraq and Al-Basra. Kuwait is mostly surrounded. They're getting very close to Baghdad and Mosul. Where's Mosul? They're getting very close to like big old cities. Getting close to some of the big cities. And since Iraq is not really the best country to live in right now, they go around Kurdistan, and they annex most of Iraq. Since they can, they get Kuwait to join the war. Iraq gets Kuwait to join the war, and they get defeated. And so an Iraqi puppet state, is going to be set up, and it's going to be called Mosul. It's going to be the Mosul Republic, even though I don't know if it actually has the city of Mosul in it, but maybe. All right. Okay, so we have the Mosul Republic. We're just gonna call it UAE Mosul. So now Syria, Lebanon, Israel. Wait, no, not Israel. Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Saudi Arabia. We're just gonna give some aid, like just give them some weapons. And the UAE are going to take down Jordan and Israel. You're from Jordan or Israel, then nothing against you. This is just completely made up scenarios. So don't take this too hardly. Yeah, they're just gonna kinda kill. They're just gonna die. They're not even gonna set up like puppet states. They're just gonna take northern Jordan, take Jordan, they're gonna take capital, they're gonna take Jordan, they're gonna take Israel, and they're taking Jerusalem, the Holy Land. They've taken the Holy Land. Yeah, so that's the new map. That is a map. So Sudan, Israel, and Sudan, Lebanon, Syria, Sudan, and Palestine and Lebanon, they're gonna stay allies. So for now, this is the map. This is the map. You got that's a lot of red-ish. You got UAE, this is mainland UAE. We speak English and also Emarat. Arabic. You have the Omani puppet state, the Yemeni puppet state, the Mosul puppet state, Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, who have been given full independence. Sudan, since this is the 70s, Sudan and South Sudan are connected. Poland, they are all still allies, and we may continue this later. Now, remember how I said I was going to do multiple scenarios? Well, no, that's not going to happen. I just wanted to get out a video because I feel like I'm not uploading enough lately. So, I hope you enjoyed, and I will post a continuation tomorrow. Or maybe I'll do another scenario. I don't know. See ya. Oh, whoops. I clicked the wrong button. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like. Thank you for like 3,000, 2,000 total views. Small channel, but that's good. I like that a lot. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.